Hey everybody, welcome to Zenny62. I have to share this with you to start. I'm gonna start off with this because after this live stream, this will be a static video, like any other YouTube video. It starts off live stream and then it's saved as what's called a video on demand. All right, but here's the update regarding the whole Greg Papa issue. No one knows nothing, okay, that they're willing to put out. Here's why I say that. First of all, I put out the story a week ago, as Brian Caldwell has acknowledged and others, that there was a rumor that Greg Papa was fired, and I said openly, hey, I can't confirm this, don't know what's happening. I wrote this as a blog. That is a blog post. I didn't put it in video style. I did talk about it online though, but put it out there, right? So others started mentioning it, but the publications did not quote. They didn't link me to me or quote me, okay? Which which I think is dirty. And I don't care what anyone says. Until the behavior stops, I'm going to consider it race-based. Now, just the way. Now, there was then some weird Twitter account. And that's the best way to describe it, is this weird Twitter account. A fake Twitter account. I'm actually going to Twitter to find it because this is where the story came from, okay? This is where the Raiders story came from with Brent Musburger and Brent Musburger and the Raiders and everything. It started with, okay. Started with this guy. I put this out there way back ago. I mean, way back. It was like, I'm trying to find this guy because now it's all over. It was a fake Twitter account, fake something or other. Put it out there. And I thought, okay. So then, and I ignored it because it wasn't, no one knows. That's the whole point. No one knows. Hold on a second, all right? No one knows. Okay? No one knows. No one really knows. Now, I mean, no one really knows. They won't admit that they don't know. So then the Review Journal pops up with it, with some cryptic explanation that, well, he is under contract, Brent Musburger, with one of our affiliates or sister or whatever. Okay. But then it says they didn't talk to Brent Musburger, and none of his associates were reached. I thought, what? So I called Brent Musburger's agent, his brother Todd. Todd, I left 2 messages, nothing back from him. I'm being open and transparent about this, folks, okay? Unlike others. Because we're not talking about President Trump, Vladimir Putin, and who hacked the election. We're not talking about an espionage issue. We're talking about a doggone radio broadcast of a sports team. All right? I mean, what's the point of being secret? Now, I thought, this is crazy. No one's been able to confirm anything, but the reason why I didn't confirm in writing, although I'm talking about the Review Journal article, is because they didn't report the news as rumor. They reported it as fact. But if you read the article, it basically spells out to rumor. If it's rumor, just say it's rumor. Don't present rumor as fact. That's why I don't call myself a journalist. That's why I say I'm a blogger. Because a person will say, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist. And they'll get on their soapbox about being a freaking journalist, and they pull stuff like this. Okay? I don't get in my soapbox about being anything. If I talk to a source, the source doesn't want to be quoted, I say so. That's the way that goes. There are sometimes I get things from people, I don't even say that. It's just background. I talk what I know, and I go forward. That's nothing new. But if something looks hinky, I feel the way that I do my media, I have the responsibility to report it's hinky, it's rumor. Boom. Okay? That's it. And if it doesn't turn out that way, I'll say it didn't turn out that way. Fine. No sweat. This, oh, geez. For me, because if you Googled Greg Papa for a while, the #1 news story on Google News was mine. So all of a sudden, I'm getting people saying, oh, Review Journal said it. In other words, you must link to them. I'm not going to. Then this guy named Larry Turner, who's not a Facebook friend of mine, never met him before, and has a photograph that looks like it's actually somebody else and not Larry Turner. It looks like Michael took this guy's Michael's identity. I'm just saying. That's how it looked to me. Whatever. It just says, well, Review Journal has it, and they're credible. They are. Really? Why? Okay? And I'm thinking, why would anybody come out and just troll me such that they're trying to give me a mention in an article, except that they want, I'm thinking maybe they represent the publication, they want some link juice they think I've got. Cool. But I prefer they say so rather than that kind of behavior. So I thought, yeah, let me just dive back into this BS because there are more important items of news. Okay? And so what I did was I reached out to KVVU in Las Vegas. Why? Because they are the Raiders affiliate in Las Vegas. They broadcast the preseason games. And they have Beth as the play-by-play announcer for the preseason they did last year, right? Haven't seen the announcement for this year yet. Haven't not seen it. In fact, it should be out by now. It should have been. Anyway, they don't know anything either. You have the Raiders Las Vegas affiliate that knows bupkis. They don't know anything. The guy on the phone told me. They haven't been able to confirm anything. You hear what I'm saying? They have not been able to confirm a thing. Okay? All right? Now, Karen, you're late to the party. Karen says, Silver and Black Pride has an article that states he might be interested in the 49ers after the Vegas move. Karen, that if you followed what I wrote, you would have known that was out there a week ago. If you read Oakland News Now, my publication, rather than Silver and Black Pride, as Brian Caldwell, as anybody else will tell you, I'm way ahead of everybody else, like it or not. So, that's been known. But because he was interested in it, doesn't mean he actually jumped. It was rumor. People are trying to, there's a gap between what's known, hey, he doesn't want to go to Vegas, and what's unknown, which is whether or not he was fired. No one knows that. Only Greg Papa knows the truth, and Greg Papa ain't talking. The Raiders know the truth. They're not talking. Okay? Someone said that Compass Media signed Brent Musburger, but Compass Media hasn't put out anything. And the person that put out that news has a fake Twitter account. He calls himself fake Burkle something or other. Okay? It's ridiculous. All right? So, my point is, Karen, you are late. If you've been busy, you haven't been able to get the news. I'm not being insulting. You're late to this particular news by a week because you didn't follow me. I'm the person that put it out there. Sorry. That's just a fact. You were late, busy doing things. That means you're late. Okay? There you go. So, my point is that it's the way this should be played in terms of media is simply this. And what I love about KVVU and why the reason I'm talking about them is because the guy on the phone agrees with me. Hey, look, if something is rumor, just put it out there as rumor. Say, you know what? We're not sure. We don't put rumor in the headline. in the headline, okay? Put rumor in the headline. Boom. Then it's cool. It's copacetic. But it just shows you the state of media today. That a guy who understands coding, search engine optimization, all right? Everything else, okay? All right? You didn't read my post, okay? All I'm saying is you didn't read my post about Greg Papa and the whole thing, the whole story, all right? About this. And I said it was rumor that he was going to jump ship. He was going to be fired from the Raiders. This is what you're talking about is different. That's a subset of the bigger story. So please, just because I'm a little annoyed right now, knock it off. All right? Just knock it off. Thank you. Just because you don't like the person that produces the media doesn't mean the media isn't true. Okay? Period. I'm sorry, that's life. The bottom line is this. No one knows. Personally, I would love to see as Beth Movins, play-by-play announcer, I would love to see the Raiders hire her as the person, okay? Or as, Big Bye says, bring back Amy Trask. Right, bring back Amy Trask, okay? Bring back Amy Trask. I completely agree. All right? So, all right, bring back Amy Trask. Okay? Okay? All right? That's what I say. Yeah, bring back Amy Trask. Regarding the overall news picture of that, so what? You know? Here's why, and this is what the conversation we had today at KVVU went like. It was, you know what? If we put it out there that this guy actually got fired, we could get sued. I've said that before. This is somebody's life you're playing with. All right? This is someone's life you're playing with. Straight up. Or it could have been that somebody just put this out there on behalf of Brent ahead of the game and Brent hadn't signed anything, and now all of a sudden this is a tizzy and we could turn around and Greg Papa winds up the voice of the Raiders all over again. Okay? For this year. Or maybe somebody else is put into place. There's the old saying that the opera isn't over until the fat lady sings. And right now, the fat lady has not even appeared to make an announcement. Hasn't even walked onto stage. So you really have to be careful with this stuff. All right? And Manny says, we haven't heard him on the 95.7 of the game either. Thanks. See, that's all I'm saying. All right? Some of you out there, you watch this because you have some issues with me that are, I think, cranky. Okay? Just being honest with you. It's ridiculous. I mean, for some of you, I'm so sort of itch you like to scratch. Go somewhere else and scratch an itch. But my point is, if you have a situation you're not certain of, saying, you know what, we don't know, we're not certain. When I'm certain of things, it has to do with things that I say, look, do the math, right? How many times have I said that? Do the math. Or if I have a source, when I'm certain about my source, it's because my source is generally the person pulling the strings, okay? Now, some of you are only, you put the one singular thing, the Vegas vote, and that's all you point at. That's it. Nothing else. Because I haven't been wrong about anything else. I thought the NFL was not going to put Mark in the situation he finds himself in. It's like a yin and a yang. The yin, hey, you could get rich off this Raiders thing with the gambling and everything. The yang, hey, this thing is actually going wildly over budget. Can you afford it? Hey, the guy that got you into this got pissed off with you. But hey, it looks like he's still involved because his news publication is speaking on your behalf. His publication. I don't care what anybody says. You can bet your bippies Sheldon Adelson and his family watches what their own publication does on a regular basis. That's the way media works today. Okay? Randy Slack says, you said your sources told you he was being fired. No, I didn't. I said it was rumor. I never said that. Okay? So you have to say something. Okay? Here's the thing. What I said was that my source, so I'm glad you clarified. I said my source said that, but they didn't know. What I said I was going to do, because you got half the story right, is I said I was going to put it out there as rumor, because that's what it is, and that's what I did. Read Oakland News Now. You want to read the account? It's right here. Let me get it. Just so that, you know, you can not sound like a damn fool when you're saying stuff. All right? Because I'm pissed off about this right now. I just am. Here we go. Let's see. And, all right, here we go. It says, here's the headline. Let me show you this. The headline, Greg Papa fired by Raiders, Oakland Raiders. Is that rumor true? Okay, that's what I wrote. And it says, Greg Papa will no longer be, okay, heard it here first. And I said, I received several out of the blue texts from someone who is in a good position to know this could happen. So this post is exploratory and will be updated. Given the texts and the tweets and news, it's clear to me that Greg Papa is certainly the focus of something going on. All right? No, in other words, I did not say it was clear that he was being fired. I put it out there as rumor, and I tried to get confirmation. That was the whole purpose of this damn thing that I wrote. You get it? All right, I'm not done. Greg Papa has been the voice of the Oakland Raiders since 1997 and a broadcaster for the Oakland Raiders, Oakland Athletics, Golden State Warriors, and San Francisco Giants in the San Francisco Bay Area. The man known for his signature touchdown Raiders, a yell when the team scored 6 managed to become known as the Bill King of his generation. Still, with the Raiders moved to Las Vegas under production and the build of the new stadium there in full swing, the question of who would call the games for the team in Sin City was starting to become a topic of conversation. Perhaps local SF Bay Area columnist Tin Kwame, now the Athletic, was on to something when on May 17th, see my point, Karen Christensen? He tweeted this, okay? And the news was all over that Papa was interested in taking his voice act over to Levi Stadium. Trouble is, Papa himself never confirmed that, and why should he? At the time, he was the Oakland Raiders' voice. But that was May, and this is now, and my well-placed source remarked that Papa was not the favorite guy at the top of the Raiders' food chain. That would be Mark Davis. My response was, if that's the case, why would Papa last since Davis took control in late 2011? This is 2018. Well, came back the text. Something happened. I'm waiting for confirmation. So are we all. I personally like Greg Papa, even though I have not had the occasion to sit and talk with him of late. We ran into each other at the Super Bowl, and that was a fun encounter. So I hope the best for him. Would be nice to see him remain as the voice of the Oakland Raiders. Update. And another very well-placed source just texted that Papa was not interested in moving to Las Vegas with the Raiders, but so far no official confirmation from anyone that Papa was fired. But a lot of talk that it may have happened. There's smoke, no fire yet. Stay tuned, okay? So again, everything that I wrote, the intent was to be very careful and give you the picture that there was smoke, but we don't know where the fire is. And we still don't know. I don't know. The Raiders broadcast for preseason doesn't know either. And they said that to me on the phone. We don't know. Okay? We don't know. And if it turns out that someone on behalf of Brent is putting this out there as some sort of trial balloon, boy, you could really hurt Brent Musburger. Because, you know, announcing that he's got this X deal and everything, when you have heard nothing from him. Even if you might think it's true, stuff happens in broadcasting, all right, that you don't want to be a part of if you don't have any control of your own company. And you're bouncing around and everything like a lot of DJs and announcers and especially sports people do. I'm here in Atlanta. You've got guys on 92.9 The Game who are in Washington, Florida, and Chicago, and, you know, all over the place. And now they're here, and some of them on radio joke about how they're not making a lot of money, which means, hey, they could be out doing something else. Radio, the structural change in media that's going on today is not kind to radio, folks. It's kind to this medium, okay? It's kind to having multiple platforms meaning blog, video, social media, okay? But it's not kind to radio. And that's why the pay is going down, right? So, and that's why people are trying to hold on. I tried to reach out to JT the Brick, you know, and, you know, I like JT personally. I think JT, he gets in the situation where sometimes he acts like he owns the Oakland Raiders. And I'm going to tell you, folks, as a person, I learned the hard way when I was working on the Super Bowl for Oakland. You never marry yourself to the idea that you are unfireable, that you can't be let go if it's not your company. All right? I'm saying out that to a lot of you out there, particularly those of you who are young getting started and you're maybe thinking about going away of establishing a startup, all right? Don't ever think that when you work for somebody, just because you've done a great job, they are going to be loyal to you and protect you. You are in for a world of hurt. You understand what I'm saying? You are in for a world of hurt. Hopefully, your parents tell you the same thing. If they haven't, say, hey, this crazy guy Zinni said that I shouldn't, like, expect an organization that I've done great work with to be completely loyal to me. They should tell you, yeah, he's right. Always keep an eye out to protect yourself. Don't get blindsided. And the reason why I say that is because, in my view, JT, the Brick, massively talented guy, has been treated like crap. Just saying, okay? So he's in Vegas. He's got a great family, all right? Do I agree with him about the Raiders? No, I don't. So what? That's like one thing, all right? Big deal. But I like JT. I like JT. I like John. I think John's a cool guy, all right? So, all right, I'll read your comments. Barbara says, if the Raiders fire Papa, Oakland should fire the Raiders. Big Abel says, if Papa gets fired, Tom Flores should leave. Biz says, where Mikey Raider? And he said, I think Karen has left the building. Karen left the building, but Karen, you know, I don't get Karen. Karen comes on to say things that are not supportive of what I do. And it's for reasons that I have neither the time nor inclination to really dwell on. But it's been her MO, you know, for whatever reason. As opposed to, oh, Zinni, I didn't know you wrote that. Great for Zinni62. How's my stock? Right? That's what a person would happen, knowing that they still got stock out there, because it is increasing. And as I said the other night, when Karen wasn't on, she always comes on right when things are... I got a pitch deck out there to raise money. Stay tuned. So, I don't care if some of you don't think this is serious. The bottom line is, this is serious. Okay? So, for those of you who have investments, no matter how small the investment is, your investment is going to increase. Your investment is going to turn over into money back to you. I promise you that. John, how you doing? Welcome, Johnny. Elijah, oh, and you can still, you know, return, all right? Elijah, the barber says it's pro Vegas. How much does Papa make? Don't know. And Elijah, the Review Journals confirmed nothing. When I hear from Greg Papa, I'm sticking to my guns because, hey, look, the Las Vegas organization, that the affiliate for the Raiders can't confirm it. He told me, hey, if you see it on our website, then it's true. So, and if I see it on their website, I'm not going to automatically rubber stamp it unless I know what they have specifically talked to Greg Papa himself. Okay? That's exactly how I'm going to play it. Period. That's exactly how I'm going to play it. Okay? And as the fellow told me, he said, Zenny, we're playing it just like you. And so that's how I'm going to do it. All right? In other words, there's some organization out there that agrees with how I've handled this. They think I've handled it the right way. But I don't care if they think I've handled it the right way. I know damn well I've handled it the right way. Straight up. If either Greg or his agent or Brent Musburger or his brother can confirm it, I'm happy. Yeah, this is what's happening. But then you know, it still begs the question. What about guys like, what about JT the Brick? What's his role for preseason? What about Matt Millen? What's his role? What about Beth Mobbins? What's her role? She was play-by-play. I would think the Raiders would be really interested in having the first female play-by-play broadcaster for the entire season for the first time in NFL history. That would be huge. So I'm a little skeptical that the Raiders would sort of just jump the gun in this way. A little skeptical. Just a little. Nothing but love for Brent. I'm just saying, I'm holding out. I'm holding out, all right? Hey, Cowboy Wrestler, how you doing, all right? And as Cowboy Wrestler says, Papa leaving Raiders is a little fishy if you ask me. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. You say it's a little fishy, I think it's a lot fishy. That's what I'm saying. Remember, the opera isn't over until the fat lady has sung. And again, the fat lady has not stepped onto the stage, all right? And Predator King says, Beth Mullins be sounding like Reba McEntire. She does. She's got that sort of like twang to her voice. I could listen to her for a season. That would be cool. That would be cool. All right? Again, you know, nothing but love for Brent Musburger at all. That's not what this is about. But it's just about asking some just questions, kind of like, hey, I mean, you know, it just, you know, Cowboy says, Z, it's very fishy. It is, especially when the first source of this whole thing is a guy whose Twitter account starts off with fake something or other. That's the name of it. And no one, did the Review Journal quote him as being the first source for this? No. They try to play like they got their own source. Did their own source happen to be the same source that happened to have the fake Twitter account? I'm just asking. All right? All right? Cowboy Wrestler says, breast movements, no thank you. I like her, though. I disagree with you there. We can all, we can all agree to disagree, right? And disagree with you there. All right. So I wanted to get that out on the table and out, and, you know, just let you all know what time it is and so on, okay? Because again, when this is confirmed, when it's confirmed, all right, then we'll find out. But I don't see this on Brent Musburger's Twitter account, okay, at all. All right? And I'm looking at Brent Musburger's Twitter account right now. Clicking over to it. There's no news. Waiting for this thing to open now. Okay. And the only thing that I see here is Brent Musburger 9 hours ago says VSIN says Raiders are a 3-point underdog in NFL Oprah versus Rams. Always love a home dog. So is that it? Is that his way of saying he got it? Okay. So Tim Brando says, congrats on the new gig, old friend. Says, yay, Brent, my hero. Brenton on John Gruden. You'll never be Papa, somebody else says. Doesn't lose. You're looking live. Lifetime Raider fan. Cannot tell you how excited I am. Welcome to the Raiders. This was 5 hours ago. So Brent putting this out there is the sign. It looks like. Maybe. Is it? It's cryptic. Why doesn't he just say congratulations as opposed to VSIN says Raiders are a 3-point underdog in NFL versus Rams. Always love a home dog. Okay. Britt Musburger, you are looking live at my tweets. My guys in the desert. Point spread. Something's going on here. I'm not going to jump that gun yet. I'm not into it. I'm not going to do it until he says so. Until I get confirmation. Because that's crappy. I mean, normally, the normal way to do this is, hey, folks, I am delighted. You're looking live at the... This is what Brent Musburger should say, okay? He should say, you're looking live at my live stream. And I'm proud to tell you that I will be the voice of the Raiders for the next 3 years. I'd like to thank Mark Davis for, whatever, however it goes, something like that, right? That's the way it should be. Straight away, no guessing. Because the people who are jumping on this are left to fill in the blank. So I hope, for the love of God, this works out for Brent, and that it doesn't fall flat on his face. And you know what? I have to go a step further and just speculate that maybe the reason he's not putting it out there is because nothing's been finalized. Maybe there was this thing that's been put out there as an idea, okay? But no one's heard from Greg Papa that he even knows he's been replaced. Brent Musburger hasn't said it. All right? Just saying. Now, is it on the Raider website? Let's go back and check. Let's see if the Raiders have put out anything. And then not only that, it begs the question. I mean, was this, all right, Raiders, NFL analyst Gil Brandt ranks 2 Raiders on his top 10. So Gil Brandt's the front page news. Discussing Khalil Mack position battles, Raiders Foundation, Raiders history, news. In fact, just for grins, I wonder if there's no search field on this website. Nothing. If I click on here, Game Day, Audio, Media Center. Let's click on Game Day. A to Z guide, prohibited items, bag policy, stadium accessibility, content, team, about the Raiders, roster, contact us, transactions, standings, Las Vegas, multimedia, Raider Radio, TV network. Let's click on that. Comcast Sports, California, the home of the Raiders Report. Okay. They've got their TV affiliates there. All right. Then they've got Raider Radio. Let's click on that. Raider Radio, 95.7 The Game. All right. And then, of course, Game Day Prog, they've got mentioned Game 95.7. Then you keep scrolling down. And then they've got the affiliates listed in their call letters. Interestingly, they don't mention Las Vegas. In this, wait there, but Las Vegas is KDWN on radio, and then KCYE 102, Reno, Nevada. Says the exclusive agreement was negotiated by Compass Media Networks, owner and syndicator of the broadcast rights for all Oakland Raiders English language broadcasts. Okay. Now, Compass had not confirmed this. Compass Media Networks is once again responsible for all aspects of the broadcast of all Oakland Raiders preseason, regular season, and postseason games on terrestrial radio. Now, listen to this, folks. I want you to read this, okay? I want you to read this. Greg Papa, the voice of the Oakland Raiders, this is on the Raiders website, will again team with former Raider quarterback, head coach, and assistant coach Tom Flores. Flores is one of only 2 people in NFL history to earn a Super Bowl ring as a player, assistant coach, and head coach. He won world championships as a reserve quarterback with the Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl IV, as a reserve as a Raiders assistant coach, Super Bowl 11, and as head coach of the Silver and Black, Super Bowls 15 and Super Bowl 18. On the sidelines, joining the broadcast is Raiders former Pro Bowl tackle Lincoln Kennedy. Papa named 2013's California Sportscaster of the Year by National Sportscasters and Sports Writers Association, returns for his 19th season broadcasting the Silver and Black. Papa can also be heard weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. on 95.7 The Game as part of the Wheelhouse. Papa also hosts Major League Baseball San Francisco Giants postgame live and NBA's Golden State Warriors show on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, and has previously served as the radio and television voice of the Oakland A's, Giants, and Warriors. All right? So let's put it this way. The Raiders haven't updated their site. So if you're Greg, how would you feel if you're Greg Papa and all this chatter is going on, but the Raiders still have you on their website? If they haven't changed their website, it means these things are still in limbo. Okay? All right? That's what it means. It may be a ploy, because this, hey, the Raiders work in a different way. It may be by a ploy by the Raiders to see where Greg Papa's loyalties really lay. Is he really willing to jump ship? Okay? Just saying. I mean, when you have this situation, it just looks weird, all right? Okay? Jim says, let's see, I'm trying to get to your, King Jose says, sad they fired Papa. I don't know if they have fired him. And Black Lion says, one love. Hey, Jim says, I can picture Mark Davis firing Greg Papa. They're the same age. Al Davis and Greg Papa had a good relationship, and they are the same age. I bet Al Davis wishes Greg Papa were his son. Eric Souza says, ouch, Jim. Cowboy Wrestler Z says, Z, ever since the Raiders were approved by Vegas, there's been a lot of purging of, I would say, Bay Area loyalists within the Raiders organization. Del Rio and now Papa, what next? Who's next? You know, that's it. Well, here's the thing, and here's why I disagree with that take. John Gruden is himself also an Oakland loyalist. So under that logic, Mark Davis should have never approached John Gruden to begin with, but he did. He has $100 million. So I discount that. That said, I don't discount it 100%, and I understand, given my own personal experience, where you're coming from. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. Neither in. In other words, neither in nor out. It's something in the middle. And because it's something in the middle, it could change. Rob Iman says, I'm disappointed with Mark Davis' decision. I don't know what that is. Cowboy Wrestler says, what's the official TV affiliate of the Raiders in Vegas? The official TV affiliate is the one whose call letters are on the title to this live stream. I called them. Okay? Black Lion says, wow, Papa fired. Don't know that, Black Lion. We don't know that. Don't know that. Jim says, Zinni, I think you should try to get former defensive end Greg Townsend on your show. He should be in the Hall of Fame. He's from Compton. He made Howie Long a Hall of Famer. Hey, that's a great idea, Jim. I like that idea. John Akala says, yep, that tells me that Greg Papa is still the Raiders broadcast announcer. It's on the website. It's there. In big letters. Happy to read them to you again. Okay? And Rob Iman says, Greg Papa is a real nice guy in this life. Jim says, the Raiders rolled to a different drummer. They'll change their website when they want, change their website. That's you. That's speculation on your part. You don't know what the Raiders are going to do. Okay? You don't. I'm not speculating. I'm simply telling you it's rumor. It's still rumor. It's funny how, you know, it looks like it's this ship that we're in a fog, all right? We're on this ship. And we want to get off this ship to get a little shore leave. We all do, right? But it's like there's a rumor that someone put out the plank to get off. But we can't see because it's foggy. I mean, it's more than pea soup thick. It's like this thick. We can't see. So there's a rumor that somebody made it onto dry land. Now, other people are saying, hey, look, we think we can make it to dry land. The plank is rolled. But the rest of us are saying, hey, look, I can't see a plank. I can't see it. So are you going to go out there and walk on that plank with the possibility of falling into the drink? I'm not going to do that. You want to do it? Bye-bye. Okay? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait until I can actually see that there's a plank of sufficient size that goes from the ship to the island. Then it's cool. See my point? All right. Okay? That's what I'm saying. All right? Blackhouse says, bring Papa back. Don't know that he's gone yet. Derwin says, hey, Z, look at Chronicle. I did look at the Chronicle on Yahoo. Still not convinced. Sorry. I'm still not convinced. Look at the Raider website. Okay? I'm not convinced. All right? All right? King Jose is, Kate is trying to be that. He says, there's so much going wrong in the direction of the Raiders right now. Did you hear about the PSL prices? Yep, did a show on that. Hey, Tom, nice to see you. Yep. Okay. Rob Iman says, Papa is loyal to NBC Sports Bay Area. Yeah, I know all that, okay? Tell me something I don't know. You know what? In fact, this. Tell me that Greg Papa is going to call my number. Tell me that. Tell me that. Tell me that. Or that I'm going to hear from either Papa or his agent. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear it from him. Hey, you know, I'm not there anymore. Yeah, it sucks, you know. All right? As John Acosta says, just a rumor until Papa or Raiders confirm it themselves. Yeah, and right now, all I know is the Raiders website says in black and white. You want me to read it to you again? Listen to this, okay? Want me to show you? Pay attention. Greg Papa, the voice of the Oakland Raiders. All right? That's what it says. In black and white. Greg Papa, the voice of the Oakland Raiders. Boom. Okay? Hey, I'm going to stop at 1 o'clock, folks, because I've got a weird day tomorrow. I'll just leave it at that. A weird day. In a good way. Let's see here. I think Cowboy Russell says it's rumor, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's true. I wouldn't either, but you know what? I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait this one out. And the reason I'm going to wait this out is I just have a funny feeling. All right? I'm just going to wait this out. Okay? Andrew DePaula is the Raiders' long snapper right now. Okay? So, to answer your question. Cowboy Wrestler got that one. Greg says, DeWitt says, Greg said 2 weeks ago that he was not going the last day he was on the air. Black Lion said, he said 2 weeks ago. He said he was not going to Las Vegas. Okay, but here's the thing. Not going to Las Vegas is vastly different than being fired right now. You can say I'm not going to Las Vegas, but then that carries you through this year, right? 2019 to 2020. All right? Okay? Okay? And I like Black Lion's response. Black Lion says, so the sources, this is Black Lion's response. This is classic, all right? This is it, all right? He says, so the source of this is Yahoo. Okay. Hey, Black Lion, the source is actually worse than that. It was a fake Twitter account. All right? But my point is, you can have a fake Twitter account that's right, as long as the person that's the focus of the Twitter account comes up and says, yep, that was me. Suppose he says no. Could happen. Suppose he says no. It could happen. All right? All right? Nigel says, wait for a website to be updated. You mean like Yahoo? Because it's a good idea. Because it happens to be the Raiders website. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, come on. Don't even with me, man. Just don't. This is that. Don't delve into like marijuana craziness. I don't do ganja. All right? Okay? All right? Najal says, Mark Davis wants to move away from anything regarding the previous legacy of the Oakland or the Raiders. If that's the case, well, no, let me read, this is classic. This is like classic, all right? All right. Mark Davis wants to move away from anything regarding the previous legacy Oakland of the Raiders. Oh, so you mean he's going to, in the next step, fire John Gruden, who coached the team in '98, right? In Oakland, right? Okay. Gotcha. Right. I'm right on. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Pedro says, isn't Musburger retired for good? Don't know. Rob Iman says, this is ZNN. Ding. All right. Rob Iman says, rebrand the Raiders. Sarcasm. Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is hilarious. Mark Davis wants to move away from anything regarding the previous legacy of Oakland or the Raiders. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. Ooh, boy, I've heard everything now. It's definitely just before training camp. Black Lion says, and this is going to change the colors? All right. You know, I'm wondering, speaking of which, what's going on with, let's see here, the Voice of Brazil, Worldwide Trends, Josh Hatter, Alec Bregman, Dodgers. Sounds like I misspoke. For 40 minutes, I misspoke. Ooh. I wonder what's going on with, let's see, Jameis Winston. I just want to check in on what folks are saying about the poor fella. I remain a Jameis Winston fan. Okay. Jameis Winston. All right. Let's see here. Hey, he's still hot in fantasy. And he will be a Hall of Fame quarterback. And somebody asked Jimbo Fisher about Jameis Winston at the SEC Media Day. Says he still loves him. Okay. Top 32 QBs ranked. Jameis Winston's 24. They put... Somebody was stupid enough to rank A.J. McCarron ahead of Jameis Winston. And Pat Mahomes again. This is crazy. Boy. Man, oh man. Okay? Man, oh man. And then there's this, like, all the racist stuff. Boy, oh boy. All right. Oh, racism is a mental illness. All right, folks, it is 12:55. I'm going to shut off soon. Tomorrow, Thursday, no show. At all. No show. No show. Okay? Now, I will resume live streaming Thursday from the opening ceremonies for the Rugby World Cup 7 in San Francisco, which I am credentialed media. You're welcome. Zany62 is credential media. Okay. Now, getting back to your comments. What do the pundits know? Amen Forever says, whoa, why are the Raiders letting go of Greg Papa? We don't know that. I don't know. Like I said, you just came in, Amen Forever. I'm going to show you this one more, as my auntie used to say, one more again. Until further notice, Greg Papa is the voice of the Oakland Raiders. It says so on the Raiders website. Greg Papa is the voice of the Oakland Raiders. Okay? Boom. So there we go. All right? Just saying. Just waiting, all right? I'm just waiting, all right? King Jose says, can a court force Davis to leave the team name in Oakland? That would be a settlement. And again, people will focus on, again, hey, King Jose, let me ask you a quick question. How will we get to that? The way we get, you would say you don't know, okay? This is how. You go to court, go through trial. The charge is, hey, you know what? They didn't operate in good faith, the Raiders. You present your evidence. Jury comes to a verdict. And depending on how the case goes, hey, maybe the jury feels like, you know what? You guys have been so wronged. We're going to basically heap up damages and $2 billion or whatever, and then maybe they'll throw in the whole thing. Or it has to come out in settlement. In other words, you got to win the case first. Okay? You got to win the case first. And if the settlement is so big, then that could happen. All right? But you can't just go from A to Z. The bad news, you have to go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. You got to go through the whole gamut. You got to go through the process, man. That's the way it works. Learn your alphabet. And they do have a case, all right? And they do have a case, all right? Nico Brown says, thanks, genius, now you're a lawyer. What a fucking stupid statement, since, you know what? For all practical purposes, you're right. I am a lawyer. Fuck all. Yeah, I said it just like that. I'm really fucking tired of this shit. Okay, I am. You don't know my background at all. You just don't. Stephen Sugarman, one of the best tort lawyers in the country, excuse me, the world, asked me to sit in on his torts course because two lawyers, very prominent, said, Zenny, you're already a lawyer. You're already a lawyer. Go and get your law degree. You're black. You'll make $500,000 coming out. That was what John Russo told me, was city attorney. He's now, you know, city manager of Irvine. John's got the job this week. Congratulations to John. All right. I know how to shepherdize cases. I know how to write reviews of cases. I could be a paralegal tomorrow if I wanted to be, if I wanted. So yeah, genius, I am a lawyer. From your perspective, I'm a lawyer. Don't like it? Too bad. Sorry, I'm in a lousy mood, man. I just am. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see here. That's tequila, all right? Because it's 1 o'clock. That's tequila time. I'm not going to have a tequila when I'm headed out, all right? Okay? All right. But Rob Iman says, where's Judge Wapner when you want him? Yeah, tequila, 1950s. What's your my favorite tequila? I haven't had tequila in years. Wow. Sure as heck not going to have it tonight. Thank you, not with this heat. Not at all. No way, way, way. All right. Black Lion says, who cares when you went? Yeah, that's right. You know, I gone out of there. Forget it. All right. Rob, I mean, I don't drink anymore either. That's it. Okay. Any news about the lease extension? Yeah, Tom. I expect the extension to be signed next week. Okay. That's what I expect. I expect the extension to be signed next week. So, yeah. King Jose, I'm not drinking tequila. And you're too young to drink. But I haven't heard any surprises. I'm going to run up the question flag poll again. And sorry, folks, I have to apologize for my tone. This has been a lousy day. Just a lot of, it's one of those days where you have one thing planned and something else goes wrong. And I don't mean something else tragic. It just, okay, basically what happened was I was supposed to go out, meet with a fellow, and got in the car. And I got to go back and check, I had, I don't know quite how I did this, but the battery ran down. And so I went to start the car, the battery wouldn't turn over. So then I had to have it started, and that just threw my whole day off. And when you have things planned out and things just don't go just so, boom. Now, and then of course, I hate to be in a situation where you're really worried about your loved one, and you're just not certain. And I'm talking about my mom. She's health-wise is better, but earlier today I was worried about her pain. So it's just been that kind of day. And so when you have that kind of day, and you come on here and you get people who come up with these fake accounts and they say things, I usually just ignore it. But today I was like, hey, if you came up here for me to just talk to you a certain way, you got it. If that's how you get entertained, you got entertained tonight, okay? It's not a cool way to get entertained, I'll have to tell you that. But for those of you who know me, I apologize. I apologize because I'm not normally this way. But there are times when I get in a mood, when I don't feel like, tomfoolery. And I think what got me today was this Larry Turner guy reaching out to me and saying, well, they said it, quote them. And I thought, they don't quote me. No one quoted me when I put the rumor out there. They didn't say, hey, Zinni Abraham had this on his blog, right? So why should I give them credit? Excuse me, I'm on the White House press list. For those of you who don't like it, I've been on the White House press list for some time. I've covered White House events. I've covered the landing of Air Force One. Okay? I've covered President Obama's speeches, and I'm still on the list. Don't like it? That makes you pissed off? Hey, that's your problem, not mine. I worked hard to build this. That's it. And I'm proud of it. And the simple fact that you all don't ask questions about, hey, Zinni, how'd you come to build this, is exemplary of how some of you, have that issue, as opposed to, I can learn from it. I love it when people in the airport say, hey, I love what you do. How did it start? Can I be a part of it? Which the answer is always yes, of course, right? I mean, vlog or anything else. Love that, right? Great stuff. All right. Chamomile tea time. I like that one. Cowboy Wrestler, go for chamomile tea. I like that one. That's right. And then Cowboy Wrestler says, don't worry, Z, you're not the only one to have a lousy day. I feel your pain, my man. We're all human. We are all human. That's it. All right, folks. You have a fantastic night. And, keep your eyes peeled. King Jose says, good job winning in every category. Thank you, sir. Couldn't have been here without you. Okay. All right. Okay. Victor, we don't know what the Greg Papa news really is until Greg Papa himself talks. I just have a feeling this is not over. I really do. Okay. Because then it begs the question, what about Britt Musburger? What about who's going to do the play-by-play? What about Greg Papa being the voice of the Raiders on the website? All that stuff, okay? I'm just saying. All that stuff is, okay? Cowboy says, Ron, I didn't know you were part of the press pool at the White House. I am on the White House press list. I'm not on the pool that goes with the plane. I'm on a pool that, let's say, wherever President Trump is, I get an invitation to ask if I want to go. And so like whenever President Obama would come to San Francisco, or it doesn't matter, I had the option of saying, yeah, I want to cover that. I did so twice with Obama. I did so with here in Atlanta when the president came in on Air Force One. This is all in Zenny 62. This is not talk. This is right there. You can see my video of Air Force One landing on Zenny 62. And then when he came in again for a speech, I've done it. I've covered 2 Democratic conventions. The president put me on the press list in October. And not only that, if you look at oaklandnewsnow.com, right, I've got a photograph that was sent to me via email from the White House press pool that you can't get unless you're on the press pool. There you go. The press list, not the pool, the list. Okay. But I'm not part of the main pool. I'm part of the press list. There you go. All right. But still, good night, everybody. Good night. 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 Thank you. See you guys later. All right. Thanks.